Beautiful Creatures, 2013, a film that tried to cast a Southern Gothic spell over the teen supernatural genre. In the early 2010s, Hollywood was bewitched by a supernatural teen romance craze sparked by the massive success of Twilight. Enter Beautiful Creatures, based on the first novel in the Castor Chronicles by Garcia and Margaret Stohl. On paper, the film had all the right ingredients: brooding romance, mysterious magic, a star-studded cast, and a moody Southern Gothic setting. But while the film aspired to enchant, it often felt like a spell only half-cast. Beautiful to look at, rich with potential, but ultimately undercooked. Still, it deserves more credit than it got. Beneath the melodrama and uneven pacing is a story that tried to flip familiar YA tropes and a cast that gave it more heart than the marketing ever let on. Alden Ehrenreich's Ethan Watt is a refreshing twist on the typical YA protagonist. Unlike the sullen, tortured male leads that dominated the genre, Ethan is charming, sarcastic, and openly yearns for something more than his small, suffocating hometown of Gatlin, South Carolina. He's a book-loving dreamer stuck in a world that worships tradition and fears the unknown, an outsider even among his own kind. Ehrenreich's performance is one of the film's biggest strengths. He brings warmth and wit to Ethan, making him feel like a real teenager caught in extraordinary circumstances. His affection for Lena doesn't feel like obsession, it feels like relief. Finally, someone who understands the strangeness he's always felt.
There's darkness in you. Don't you try and deny it. I don't. Well, then claim it. Claim it and come with me, be with me.
Alice Englert plays Lena Dutchans, the caster, witch essentially, whose fate will be decided on her 16th birthday, claimed either by the light or the dark. Lena's internal conflict is rich with metaphor. A teenage girl grappling with power, identity, and the fear of becoming something she can't control. Englert gives Lena a melancholic edge that sets her apart from typical magical heroines. She's not quirky or bubbly, she's lonely, self-loathing, and deeply afraid of her potential. Her chemistry with Ehrenreich is subtle but genuine, grounding their relationship in something that feels tender rather than melodramatic.
One, two, three.
The Southern Gothic vibe, charm, darkness, and camp. Where Beautiful Creatures excels most is its aesthetic. Director Richard LaGravenese infuses the film with Southern Gothic flair. There's a strong undercurrent of satire here too. The town of Gatlin is a caricature of conservative Americana, complete with book bans, Civil War reenactments, and fundamentalist zealots. That backdrop makes the supernatural world of the casters feel even more vibrant. The magic isn't glittery or whimsical, it's elemental, dark, and often destructive. The film flirts with big themes: the fear of female power, the weight of family legacy, the battle between free will and destiny. Unfortunately, it doesn't always commit fully, leaving many ideas undeveloped. The film boasts a surprisingly stacked supporting cast. Jeremy Irons as Macon Ravenwood gives off elegant menace, while Emma Thompson dives headfirst into dual roles, one as a religious zealot, the other as a dark caster possessing her body. Thompson clearly has a blast, chewing the scenery with wicked glee. Viola Davis adds depth and gravitas as Amma, Ethan's caretaker and spiritual guide, even if the role didn't quite match her capabilities. These actors elevate the material, but their presence sometimes overshadows the leads. Instead of amplifying the story, they often feel like a reminder of the movie's potential, what it could have been with a tighter script and stronger direction. In the end, Beautiful Creatures is a film full of fascinating contradictions. It tries to be both earnest romance and knowing satire, both magical thriller and teen melodrama. It subverts the damsel in distress trope by giving us a male protagonist who supports rather than saves. It wrestles with themes of destiny, control, and identity in ways that feel refreshing, but doesn't always stick the landing. Despite its flaws, there's something endearing about its ambition. It aimed higher than many of its YA peers, even if it didn't quite reach those heights. For viewers willing to look past the unevenness, Beautiful Creatures offers a moody, character-rich story about choosing who you want to be, even when the world tells you it's already been decided. Beautiful Creatures may not have sparked a franchise, but it left behind a strange, magical footprint. It's the kind of film that didn't quite work, but also didn't deserve to be forgotten. With time, it's aged into a cult favorite for fans of atmospheric romance, offbeat magic, and stories where love isn't about possession, but permission.